Guarding Manual v1.7.3 Plus. Page 1. What is guarding? The guard is responsible, with and without a dispatcher, for safely and efficiently dispatching the train from a station. Once a train arrives, the guard opens the doors for boarding, passengers are loaded, the doors are closed, and the train is dispatched from the station to continue to its next stop. These steps vary depending on the roles involved. Only members who have the guard rank are able to play in the guard role in-game. To obtain it, you must meet all the requirements. Which involves being a dispatcher in the group and having more than 540 experience. If you meet the requirements, you will be able to fill out a theory quit in the training tab in-game. It is highly recommended that you will fully read this document before doing so. If you pass the theory stage of the training, you will be able to reserve a slot of a practical training, where you will be assessed by supervisors, and if you pass the practical assessment session, you will be ranked as a guard in the group. Page 2. Identifying the signal aspect. First, we need some basic information. When the dispatch process begins, if a signaler is controlling the station your train is at, they will receive TRTS, which tells them they need to change the signal as soon as possible, if necessary. There are several ways you can determine if you can dispatch safely based on the signal aspect. You can check the aspect of your signal at your platform by looking at the physical signal itself. As mentioned in QD training, red equals danger, amber equals caution, double amber equals precaution, green equals proceed. Page 3. Identifying the signal aspect. Another way to determine the signal aspect is by using the off indicator. Off indicators are a commonly used tool to identify the signal aspect when dispatching or guarding. When the off indicator is lit, this confirms that the signal ahead is either proceed, caution, or precaution, and it is safe to dispatch. An unlit off indicator means the signal ahead is danger, and it's not safe to dispatch. This means don't do anything until it's lit. For banner repeaters, diagonal equals safe, horizontal equals danger. Page 5. Interlock lights. After you have closed the doors, you will have to ensure that they are fully closed. To do this, look for the orange lights on the side of each carriage. These are known as interlock lights. When lit, they indicate that a door is open. The light on every carriage must be off, except for your local carriage. This light will be flashing if only the local door is open. If the only light that is lit up is a flashing light at the carriage with your local door, that means all passenger doors have shut properly. There is also a blue one. Page 6. Spawning as a guard. With the initial information, we can now learn to guard. From the role selection menu, members with the rank of guard or above will be able to select the guard role, as shown. After entering the guard role, you will be presented with a list of stations to choose from. Select one and click Spawn. You will now spawn at that station and can head up to the platforms to guard a train. Page 7. Sending guard requests. To request to guard a train, 1. Select the train. 2. A request button will appear. Pressing this button or the enter button will send your request to the driver. Drivers can either accept or deny your request. If they deny it, you will receive a 15-second request cooldown. If a driver denies your request 3 times, you will not be able to request that train again. If you are denied 5 times by a driver, you cannot request a guard for that player again. Requesting multiple trains at one will result in an automatic denial and cooldown. Page 8. Guarding without a dispatcher. The dispatch procedure varies depending on whether or not there is a dispatcher on your platform. If there is no dispatcher, then you must follow this procedure. Once your guard request has been accepted, you will be teleported to a seat inside the train. When the train comes to a stop, you will stand up. As the train is safely stopped in a station, you can enable the guard panel on the left side of your screen by clicking on it. Use the local door switch in the top right of the panel or press E to open your local door. The train will be loading, and TRTS will be sent automatically, so no need to worry about that. Make sure to stand next to your local door as you complete the dispatch process. You may move away from the train in order to see all its carriages and the interlock lights on the side of the train, however don't move further than you need to see. Page 9. Dispatching the train. Once the train has finished loading, you will be prompted to whistle. Wait. Do not press the button immediately. First, you must check the signal. If the aspect is danger, you must not whistle unless the train has overshot the signal. If the train has fully overshoot the signal, you may dispatch when the signal is red. This does include a SPAD. Once the signal is no longer red and the doors are free of obstructions, it is safe to dispatch. Press the whistle or Q button. Then close the doors using the button or press Y. Page 10. Dispatching the train. After you close the doors, you must ensure that they are fully closed. As stated before, check the orange interlock lights on the side of carriages. To review, when lit, a door is open. Make sure that all are off except your local carriage. If the lights are not lit and the signal is clear, you can whistle to confirm that the doors have closed. Then board the train through the local door and then closing the door by pressing the button or confirm that all doors are closed by making sure that the blue interlock light is lit. Once it is lit, you may press Q. Page 11. Guarding with a dispatcher. If there is a dispatcher active on your train's platform, they will position themselves either at the front half or at the very rear of the train, depending on if your train is a single or double unit. Opening the doors and loading the train works exactly the same as before. Keep in mind that the local door position varies on different trains. Make sure to face the dispatcher. This means facing either forwards or backwards. If you need to stand further closer to the train to see the dispatcher properly, then do so. Instead of TRTS being sent automatically, the dispatcher will send the TRTS to the signaller. When the train is finished loading, the dispatcher will blow their whistle and raise a bat with a white light. They should be facing you. If it is safe to dispatch based on the signal aspect, close the doors. You should check the interlock lights. The dispatcher will also check the interlock lights. Page 12. Dispatching the train. Once the dispatcher has confirmed the interlock lights are off, they will whistle and raise a bat with a green light. Make sure you are positioned so the dispatcher can see you while still standing at the local door. It is your responsibility to make sure you are visible to the dispatcher by facing towards them. If the signal is clear and the interlock lights are off, press the torch button or do not move during the animation, unless your movements are minor and impede visibility with the dispatcher. As mentioned before, make sure you face the dispatcher in such a way that your torch is visible to them. As before, enter the train once the animation has finished, close the local door, check that the local door is closed and the blue interlock light is lit, and use the signal bell.